Yeah. Come here, Cupcake!
I've been playing some Megastructure climbing games, and they can be quite difficult. Not for me, of course. You should be playing them too. It's been proven that climbing structures fathomable to neither man nor machine is fantastic for your mental health, or at least not directly detrimental. Granted, I can't provide a megastructure quite as well constructed as the beautiful, clean, American high tower, but in absence of that, what is there? I've got two examples, just two, of megastructure climbing games which at first glance appear very, very similar, but are actually on complete opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of what they offer. There is some overlap, they both take place underground, so it's just getting further and further from higher towers perfection, really. White Knuckle, Lorns Lure. It's not exactly a conventional genre, so you probably don't immediately know what to expect anyway, other than structures and climbing. Let me enlighten you. White Knuckle is a roguelite speed climbing game. You launch yourself from handhold to handhold through various sections, all the while being chased by experiments, monsters, and the Guck.
The Guck?
Lorns Lure, on the other hand, is more of an exploration climbing game, where you traverse enormous obstacles deep beneath the earth, probably, with two climbing picks. Some differences are already obvious, but it goes deeper than that. First, you look at the megastructures themselves. White Knuckle's megastructure seems to be 90% silos. The architect liked cylinders. Even once you make it to the habitation sector, it's pretty much a silo or pit. And the outside section shows a large curved structure, cylinder, stretching upwards into nothing. Up until certain sections near the end, really you're just climbing one huge silo. But it is designed to be climbed. Absolutely no doubt about that. Handholds placed strategically, convenient, rebar, ladders. On one hand, this is because it's a game, and multiple runs at the bottom of a smooth prison with just you and the Guck wouldn't be entertaining. On the other hand, it's got a human element to its structure. You can at least imagine that it was designed to be maintained. And you can kind of reason away the enclosed nature of it by imagining you're just rushing through one small section. You're not going through all the little side doors and shit, which there are available. You also quite definitively start at the bottom of the structure in White Knuckle. The only thing below you is slime. You have to travel upwards, presumably towards the surface. In Lorns Lure, that human element is gone. Other than the occasional skeleton or work platform, it is significantly more hostile towards people as an environment, and its scale is far more vast. Gigantic canyons, pipes that stretch as far as entire levels in White Knuckle, classic winters. And it's not meant to be climbed and navigated. Yeah, there's the occasional elevator or mundane corridor, but 90% of this underground labyrinth just feels like, you know when you see a woodlouse, like Americans call them pillbugs, is it? You know, little round things. They're just crawling somewhere stupid. You go, what are you doing up there, son? Can you even fathom this horrific structure I've built that you're trapped within? And you know, it's on the toilet or something. But it doesn't know that's what it is. It doesn't know it's a toilet. That's how you feel. That's you playing Lorns Lure. A woodlouse, potentially dying at any time, struggling to cling to walls and sticky out bits of walls that were never designed with you in mind. Ah, very philosophical. That's the biggest difference right there. With White Knuckle, there is an underlying horror element. You're chased constantly by these horrible Resident Evil things, mutants, oozes. Lorns Lure could never be as terrifying. There is a clear path in front of you, normally more than one, but you don't have a lot of time to think. You're rushed through. Not confused, but rushed. It's more of a racetrack than a maze. Fall damage is more or less non-existent, but it doesn't matter, because there's normally something down there that'll kill you. So just be quick. Lorns Lure, you have all the time in the world, for 95% of the game. But there's not a nice trail of handholds to go between. There'll just be a wall, maybe a platform 200 feet below you. And if you ever hit terminal velocity, happens very fast, because you're made of lead apparently, you die. So you have to carefully and methodically clamber up and down and up and down and then down again. Did I mention you'll lose your sense of direction pretty much instantly? After 2 or 3 chapters, you cannot remember whether you have gone up or down. You're just in a different place. I mean, I felt like I was going down a lot more than up. Whereas White Knuckle, I go up and then up and then up and then up some more and sideways a bit and then up. So environmentally, very different despite both being megastructures. But gameplay-wise, they diverge even further apart. Climbing apparatus. White Knuckle, it's your bare hands, and whatever crap you can scrounge up. A hammer, a flare gun, rebar, squishies, drugs. Lorns Lure, your hands are fused to these ice pick things. And that's what you're going to use. Forever. My holiday pigs! Then there's stamina. Both games have it. In White Knuckle it's complicated, it's per hand, and it can be recovered with the Christmas tinner. In Lorns Lure, you have it, it goes when you wall jump, it goes when you climb, and then it's gone. Simple. As for the climbing itself, it's a lot less, climby. A lot of the mechanics that reveal themselves are things like surfing, double jumping, parkoury stuff. Ironically enough, the section with what felt like the most upward vertical movement was the one where you lost your picks. At least to me. Everything in White Knuckle, on the other hand, is about grabbing with your hands. Your legs kind of suck. In fact, you're a bit of a slug. Then, you know, the upgrades. It's the same deal, really. In White Knuckle, you've got random stacking roguelite upgrades that go side by side of the equipment you pick up. Some good, some situational. In Lorns Lure, you just get given a new kind of tech or jumpy thing every 2 or 3 levels. So your equipment and your perks are the same thing in Lorns Lure. There's a very set linear progression per level. White Knuckle is a bit more dynamic. The items are just everywhere. The perks are at set points. It all comes together cleanly enough to split these games into 2 categories, in my brain anyway. The long, fixed playthrough story and dramatic exploration game, and the manic, dynamic, hydraulic, exothermic, roguelite madness of a horror speed climbing game. But now the big crux of climbing games. They have a habit of being a bit frustrating. There's something humiliating about losing over and over again to a high elo wall. So you have the many playthroughs skill ceiling express speed climbing game, and the single playthrough slow burn climbing game. Which do you think is more frustrating to play? It's Lorn. Some of the sections are brutally punishing. Climb this structure in a very, very specific way, perfectly conserving your stamina. If you fall, you probably have to start from the bottom again.
I hate this. I hate this.
There are checkpoints so often, and yet somehow it is less frustrating to fall off a wall and into the Guck in White Knuckle, completely eliminating half an hour of progress in 5 seconds. I think that's partially because in White Knuckle you know the next layer will be different. You know, oh well, that's it. I don't have to try that specific bit again, unless you've saved, but even then it's limited. Different items and perks will spawn. Plus, there's more than one route to take through an area, even within individual areas, not counting side areas, secret areas, all the other ways up through the silo. In Lorns Lure, some sections really have one solution. You have to get from here to here, to then get from there to there, to then get from there to there. White Knuckle, there's parts where you can just completely ignore the climbing path and hop up a different climbing path that's in a different place. Lorns Lure have sections where there is a precise jump or drop or wall bounce to hit at just the right time to get to just the right place to actually make it down further. And you have to attempt that over and over and over again, and that's more frustrating than re-rolling completely. Generally, there seem to be difficulty spikes before you get a new tool. This is very free-form. I'm not trying to besmirch Lorns Lure, it's a cool game, I liked it. And it's very different. It comes with all the speedrunny timer stuff attached and talk of fast parkour, but it's not that fast a game. There's 2 or 3 sections where you feel like you're moving at a good bit of speed and it's kind of coming together, but for the most part it's beating one section and then thinking through the next section. It's a puzzle game in a lot of ways. Okay, there's actually one section which is really, really, really fast, but you're going to die to it so many times you'll have mapped the whole thing out in your head by the time you beat it. I don't know, I thought the frustration aspect was interesting. It's like on a sliding scale, you've got least frustrating, a bit more frustrating, but there's not that many Megastructure climbing games.
There's another one.
No, I don't think I have time. I think this is probably long enough.
It proves a point.
I don't want to play it. It's not even a Megastructure.
It is.
A big pile of shit is not a Megastructure. A Megastructure has purpose.
You have to. You have to prove your point. Or you just look like a lunatic.
That was irony. It was good, wasn't it? Okay, to prove my point about climbing and frustration, it's not a coincidence that this stupid bastard game, and this stupid bastard game as well, are about climbing.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Finally. Fuck's sake.
It's the falling, that's why. I've climbed in real life, but I've never fallen, and I think it's activating some neurological response. I know I should be dead, and I'm not, and that's irritating me. But this really shows the whole bashing your head against a wall thing that troubled me in Lorns Lure. This game owns it. This game talks about how frustrating it is and how much it sort of hates you. Lorns Lure doesn't hate you, you just kind of feel like it does sometimes. Who the hell is it for? The target market for canned frustration seems so small. Look, what I'm saying is if you want to climb super fast and dive about, white Knuckle.
Classic horror roguelite combo. Climbing of Isaac.
Bang, bang. If you want to constantly flip-flop to being impressed by environments, and a bit pissed off but still impressed, Lorns Lure. I can definitely think in my head of people who would like one and hate the other.
Despite all their similarities, the thematics and gameplay are completely different. So if you play one and you hate it, don't throw out the bathwater with the baby.
But if you've been having a pretty good time of it lately, and you need something to mess it up, so you can be comfortably miserable, this thing, I'll do it. I'll really do it. Bye-bye.